when the universe is ready for you, you'll be overwhelmed. You will not even know why people are willing to help you. Well, more people have stood up to assist May. Edochie and Judy Austin, both of them have been petitioned. In fact, right now, May Edochie Aligwe's legal team have swung into action. Yes, they have swung into action. They want to teach Edochie a lesson and also teach Judy Austin a lesson and other greedy people out there. They want to teach them a lesson. Like, you know what? We want a better society. Let us start from our home. After all, homes are the nucleus of a society. It has to start from the home front first. Let us kick out and throw away certain norms, certain way of life called culture, tradition. Let us do away with it. It's time for us to establish some form of correctness, normalcy. It's time for us to create a system that is profitable, a system that is productive, a system that is progressive. Enough of this stupid and foolish narrative, or they call it wise sayings. No, enough of this. Enough. Now, you'll be listening to this man that you're looking at right there. He's going to sell you some things that you might have heard before or you might never have heard before. That is why I want you to pay attention from the beginning of this video till the end of it. Pay attention, like and share. Returning subscribers, I say thank you. Those that have been here all the way, I say thank you. And a special thanks to those who have tapped on the thanks button, the one with the love icon, with the dollar sign in the middle to encourage this channel. I say very, very, very big thank you for the support so far. Thank you. Like, share, tap on the text button. Let us get right into this one.
I thought it would be necessary for me to explain to our members our main position on this Edochie's problem. You would recall that some months ago, about a year or more ago, we suddenly heard everywhere on social media that a popular actor declared himself in the open to be a proud polygamist. That was a shock to us as an organization because you know that DPA has been working hard on gender justice, seeking to make sure that all people of all genders are treated fairly under the law. So even if we don't speak of gender equality, we must at least talk about fairness, equity, and justice for all genders, particularly women. As an organization, we are sensitive to the kind of story of a man who married under the Marriage Act of Nigeria to go out there and declare himself a proud polygamist. And that man happened to be a celebrity. Our main concern instantly was how such development would influence other young men in the country, particularly in the southeastern part of the country. So it was something we received like a kick to the guts. We did not want it to go unaddressed. We felt it was something that we must not allow to become an example. We felt that what Mr. Edochie did, the manner in which he did it, was going to set a nasty and terrible standard for our young men. And truly, at that time, many people, many young men, liked the idea of polygamy. This primitive idea of acquiring women, they liked it. They supported you. We opposed it. We thought it was wrong. Yes, we recognize that polygamy exists in Nigeria. But we had never seen a case where a man would consider polygamy an achievement to the extent of announcing it publicly and proudly. People who ended up in polygamy for one reason or the other, they tended to keep quiet about it. They tended to treat it as a personal family decision, something they keep close to their heart. If you, Edochie, had been quiet about it, perhaps we might never have known. Also, if he wasn't a celebrity, a model for our society, people wouldn't have cared. It was that audacity with which he came out, determined to set a new standard. That was what we found unacceptable. We did not want that standard to be set. We did not want people, all our young men, going around thinking it is a great idea to have a second and third wife. We didn't want that. So we took a position, a policy position, a principled position on his case. And so far, we were right. Everything that has happened so far proves DPA to be right. Polygamy is not a thing to mess around with. A normal man shouldn't pursue it, especially when you have married under the act. I emphasize this because in Nigeria, anybody who wants to marry has an option. You can pursue the track that will allow polygamy, or you can pursue the track that requires monogamy. You don't switch tracks. You don't move. You don't drive a train on a road made for cars, and you don't drive a car on a track made for trains. Anybody who marries under the Marriage Act has chosen the track of monogamy. You cannot switch to polygamy. That is the law. It doesn't matter the cultural issues, the religious issues, and all the arguments. The law is the law. But above that, it smacks of injustice and oppression of women for you to randomly force a woman or try to force a woman into a polygamy. It stems from the belief that women are inferior. And because they're inferior, you can acquire them in multiple numbers. We thought it was wrong. We thought it was a wrong idea. And so far, I think the message is clear now to you, Edochie, that he embarked on a very costly experiment, that his polygamy is not paying off. It is something that annoys every person with conscience. That's our position. As an organization, DPA will continue to oppose any situation of injustice against anybody, particularly against the vulnerable members.
Welcome back. As you can see, right-thinking individuals, they have concurred to what has been said on this platform. And your comments too, right-thinking people. There are those who involve or engage in polygamy for one reason or the other. Some of them are ill-prepared. Some stupidly go into it without the means to manage such large family. Now, Edochie, he came out giving examples of Solomon. He was so pompous about it. He acted like it was an achievement. The polygamy of a thing sounded like sweet music and song to his ears. And people wondered, what is he actually getting at? No one was interested at the beginning when he spoke about having a second wife, and no one really cared. Maybe it took all his time to read comment, and he felt like he needed to have everyone in his own pathway, or have everyone believe in him, or have everyone accept whatever it is that he's saying. Maybe that is what bothered him. I still cannot understand why Edochie kept on ranting on social media, kept on ranting on social media, kept on ranting on social media as if anyone cares. It was actually that rant that brought May to the forefront. If he had not, if he simply went on with his life and introduced via pictures, you can introduce via picture or video. In fact, if he had done a Photoshop of pictures of himself, May, and Judy Austin, and the kids, like what Sarah Martins did, and May had to tell her, get her off from your page or you'll be sued. This is not what I believe in. If Edochie had done it, May probably wouldn't have said, I'm going to take you to the court. Maybe she would have just commented underneath or taken a screenshot of that picture and said, look, this is not what I agreed to. Something like that. If Edochie had announced it that way, if that is, after conversating with the woman that you wanted her to join you or to be part of the large family of the polygamy, that would have made a little bit of sense. After they've talked and you now want to announce to the world, if it had been that way, but it didn't go. He didn't do it the right way. He didn't do it the right way, and this has prompted a lot of reactions till today. In fact, if you look at Edochie's posthumous birthday wish to his son, a lot of people looked at it and they said, no, this does not make sense. How can you be talking about basketball? I know you remember your son is into sports and all of that. You said, oh, you are no longer playing football anymore. You are now playing basketball in heaven. He wrote what he felt. I don't know, maybe it's Judy Austin that told him to write this. I don't really understand that part of it. You appeared to me in my dreams, and I saw, maybe that's what he saw in his dream anyway. Maybe he is now tall and playing basketball. Like, I don't really get it. Or he just decided to add this one to whatever it is that he wrote. And there is something else that I observed in that write-up. He said he does not really do this. Like, he's not the kind of person that does something like this. Then why are you doing it? Did anybody force you to do this? Why are you doing it? It's like he's forcing himself. And I'm kind of thinking like they told him wherever, in whatever kingdom he's belonged to now, that he belongs to now, or whatever. I don't know. Like, you cannot show sadness. You can't. I don't really get it at all. I don't really get it. This is serious. Anyway, let us leave that aside. You've heard what the gentleman said, that engaging in polygamy is not really the bone of contention here. You have to go about it properly. And I think this will serve as a precedent to others, to serve as an example to others who believe that they can just do and undo. It's time for us to handle life or other people's life appropriately. It's time for us to handle it appropriately. You cannot just, you want to jump into something, you come on social media, you announce it, you're running life like you care less about nothing, like nobody's nobody, and you are the no, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You cannot oppress muscle. I don't know where you got the idea from. Maybe from some of the wise saying. Maybe you misconstrued the wise sayings of your father, or you misinterpreted it, and you felt that you are the alpha, you are the omega, you are the beginning, you are the end, you are the almighty, and everything in this world revolves around you. No, not at all, man. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It has never worked that way. It has never worked that way. It never worked that way. So now, even the funniest is that even men that have women here and there, secretly, they are against you, Edochie. Everyone is just hitting on you, Edochie, because of the way he went about it. And I think it's a good thing, because it will serve as a lesson to open up the eyes of a lot of men and women out there on what to do and how to do it the right way. You have to do things properly. Polygamy has always, it has been there, it existed a long time. But you cannot force someone into, you cannot subject someone into what they don't want. It's a union, that's what it's called. You cannot subject the person into it, not at all. You can't. If you want it, it's okay, it's all right. You have to look for parties that are willing to. Look for others that are willing to be in it. And if you are bringing it as a shock to your wife, you expect her to jump into it because you are a billionaire. Or what? What exactly is it? What exactly do you want her to? So you messed it up. And I'm glad that you know that you messed it up. But within you, inside of you, you are unwilling to change. You're unwilling to reform. That's the problem. You think you can fool people into embracing and accepting your foolishness. Anyway, what do you think about this one? You heard what you said. Drop your comment, like and share.